Ruben Vardanyan, a Russian-Armenian oligarch and former banker. Investigations by the Organized Crime and Corruption Reporting Project revealed that Ruben Vardanyan's investment bank, Troika Dialogue, was central to a large-scale money laundering operation known as the Troika Laundromat. The scheme funneled billions of dollars from Russia to offshore accounts, benefiting Russian elites and Kremlin-affiliated figures. According to OCCRP, Vardanyan and his family personally received at least $3.2 million from the scheme, which covered expenses such as American Express payments, transfers to accounts belonging to his wife and family, tuition fees for his 3 children studying in the United Kingdom. Investigative journalist Paul Radu, who led the Troika Laundromat expose, stated that fake bank accounts under the names of impoverished Armenian citizens were used for multi-million-dollar transactions, often without their knowledge. While Vardanyan denies direct involvement, OCCRP findings suggest that his financial empire was deeply intertwined with Kremlin-linked networks. Vardanyan was also linked to Skolkovo, a Russian tech hub that received hundreds of millions of dollars in questionable loans. Russian opposition leader Alexei Navalny publicly criticized the initiative, arguing that it served as a vehicle for oligarchic enrichment rather than technological innovation. Navalny highlighted that Sberbank loaned nearly $250 million to the Skolkovo Business School, with Vardanyan and billionaire Mikhail Fridman personally guaranteeing the loan. Critics argue that this financial structure concealed illicit transactions disguised as legitimate investments. In 2022, Vardanyan renounced his Russian citizenship and relocated to Karabakh, assuming the role of state minister in the so-called unrecognized self-proclaimed Nagorno-Karabakh Republic. His sudden move fueled speculation that he was placed there by Moscow to maintain Russian influence in the region and counteract Armenian Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan's pro-Western policies. Analysts argue that his appointment was a calculated geopolitical maneuver, allowing Russia to control Armenia-Azerbaijan negotiations while exerting broader influence in the South Caucasus. During his time in Karabakh, Azerbaijani authorities accused Vardanyan of funding and organizing illegal armed factions. The Azerbaijani State Security Service stated that his actions directly violated international and Azerbaijani law. Official charges under Azerbaijan's criminal code include Article 214-1, financing of terrorism, Article 279.3, participation in illegal armed formations, Article 318.1, illegal border crossing. Reports also suggest that he played a role in orchestrating anti-Azerbaijani demonstrations, framing environmental protests as an Azerbaijani blockade against Armenians in Karabakh. Due to his alleged financial and political activities, Vardanyan has faced increasing international scrutiny. Ukraine sanctioned him for alleged links to Russian military logistics. 46 US Congress members called for personal sanctions against him in 2022. The European Parliament urged financial restrictions due to his ties with Russian oligarchs. Ukraine's Mirotvorets database lists him as an enabler of Russian aggression. In a BBC Hard Talk interview, Vardanyan refused to condemn Russia's invasion of Ukraine, further fueling suspicions of his loyalties. Reports indicate Vardanyan may have ties to Iran, a country accused of supplying Russia with drones used in Ukraine. Investigations suggest he may have engaged in economic dealings with Iranian-backed entities. In an unexpected turn, Vardanyan was nominated for the 2024 Nobel Peace Prize, sparking outrage in Ukraine and Azerbaijan. It is grotesque to nominate a person who supports terrorism, separatism, and corruption while financing Russian aggression, stated a letter from 18 Ukrainian MPs to the Nobel Committee. Political analysts labeled the nomination a lobbying effort by Armenian interest groups attempting to rebrand him as a humanitarian figure, despite Vardanyan's activities that have led to increased uncertainty in several geographic regions. Vardanyan was arrested on September 27, 2023, while attempting to cross into Armenia. Azerbaijani authorities claim to have substantial evidence linking him to terrorist financing and illegal activities in Karabakh. His trial, which began in January 2025, is being closely monitored as a potential precedent for prosecuting individuals involved in financial crimes with geopolitical implications. Western legal experts suggest that this case could reshape accountability for oligarchs accused of laundering money, funding separatism, and supporting military conflicts.